Good morning. Well, I am back in Warner Springs. A place that has a place that's very special to me, if only for Heaven Enough. Have you read Heaven Enough? Ha ha ha. Time to plug a book. Well, I'm sure I'll plug a few on this hike. But right now, probably not so much. After leaving my house at 6:30 this morning and getting here a few minutes ago at 9 o'clock, it's been a long drive and I'm pretty tired. And I think what I want to do is just walk and not talk so much. So for a little while, I'm going to let Ken in the studio take care of the narration, and I'm just going to hike.
Well, there's not too much to tell, Ken. Here you are, walking by the fire station. And if I remember correctly, the morning was nice and cool. It's a few days after, and I'm still tired from this hike. I was pretty tired that morning from hiking down at Black Star Canyon. But the minute I got to the point where I could see the trail... there's a trail marker. I'm actually... commenting on this without a script, so that's why there's all these ums and pauses. Anyway, so we start heading down towards the trail, and I don't know if it's just me, but you get to this part of the trail and it just looks like it just kind of looks like a mess. And I think that's one of the things I like about the PCT, that some of it kind of looks like a mess. It's unkempt in a way. And that makes it a little cozy at times. And speaking of cozy, when we get underneath these California oaks, I believe they are, the trail gets almost like a bedroom quality. I mean, tell me you couldn't just take a nap under those trees. And so here we are, finally actually on the trail itself. I didn't actually walk this fast, by the way. The film is sped up just a touch. I'm not a big fan of slow walking, except when I do it myself. In that case, I really like it. Uh-oh, low bridge. What else can I tell you while I'm sitting here? Well, I had on about a 10-pound pack that day with 3 liters of water, which was way more than I needed. But I always like to take a little bit of extra water, not only because you never know, but because you never know who you're going to run into. And I have benefited from other people's kindness in the past, so I always like to have a little bit on me so I can be kind to others. So I have a little bit of water, a little bit extra snack, and I have a first aid kit at all times because you just never know. Also, I got my spot device because not only is it good for me, but it's good for anybody who needs it that I might run into. Look at these trees. Isn't that great? When you live... the bee tree. Yes. Get that epinephrine. When you live in Southern California, trees are not taken for granted. There's a lot of open space in the desert, and most of Southern California is desert. So when you come down here and you see these trees and you get underneath them and it's nice and cool, God, that's beautiful. And then you come out from the trees and you see the landscape around you, and this gets even better and better as we go onto the trail. And looking back towards Warner Springs. And looking forward. And there's the first gate we're going to cross. At which point, I think I'm going to hand it back to Ken on the trail. But not yet. Oops, did he trip? Lots of markers all over. And lots of new trails. If you see that trail over there, that's going up right there. That wasn't there before. I hadn't seen that before. So there are things to check out the next time I'm down near Warner Springs. So we're going to go on into the Oaks, and I will hand you back to Ken on the trail.
I know I said I wasn't going to talk much, but you get into these oaks and into this shade, and everything seems to just fall away. I was driving out here and having a heck of a time with schizophrenic attacks. I won't go into details, but it's not fun. And also, I didn't sleep well last night. Got a lot on my mind. I mean, just a lot going on. After yesterday's hike at Black Star Canyon, I always forget the name of that place. After yesterday's hike at Black Star Canyon, I was pretty tired today when I woke up. Every time I woke up. But I'm telling you, you get out here. You got to get out here. Come out to Warner Springs. It's just a few miles. Hold on, moving the camera. Just a few miles south. It's in San Diego County, northern San Diego County. You can tell I'm not from here because that's how I'm talking about it. Wahoo! Can you tell I just went over a gate? Can you tell I just tripped over a gate? So dig this. I've been seeing new trails out here. I don't know what it's about, but they all have this marking. Do, 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 do. Did I even get a good shot of it? Let's hope I can use some of that. Anyway, I don't know what they're marked for, but they're marked. As you can tell, I'm wearing my puffy. It's in the mid-50s, and it's a little chilly. Thank heaven it's a little chilly, man. I never get to wear my dark hat or my dark shirt or my puffy because it's always so fucking hot and not so fucking bueno. There's a little joke for those of you who get it, no one will. Anyway, but I have this new strategy / philosophy about hiking. Okay, so if you've been following this channel for any amount of time, you probably know that I didn't start out as the best backpacker in the world. Not even the best hiker. In fact, I would go on short hikes and just kill myself. Why? I didn't take breaks. I didn't eat. I didn't do any things you're supposed to do. I thought I was invincible, as my wife will so often tell people. So yeah, I was terrible at it. Slowly but surely, I worked on my hikes. I worked on getting out a little more often every year until now. I want to go so bad. I hiked twice this weekend. What a stupid idea. I'm exhausted. And then for a long time, I would set mile marks for myself. Goals, molecular goals. Man, I cannot talk. Did I mention that? Anyway, so I'd have a goal of you're gonna hike 8 miles today, or you're gonna hike 10 miles today. But see, as you can see, I've come out from the Oaks, and now I'm just in the chaparral scrub, call it what you will. Anyway, my problem has never been the miles. If I set a mile goal for myself, if I say you're hiking 10 miles today, I'll normally do it, even if I kill myself. Not my problem. My problem is staying out here. Getting out here and staying out here. You know, this morning I had a lot of really good ideas about staying home. Fortunately, my wife kind of kicked my butt out the door a little bit. She helped me get out here. But even when I pulled up, I thought, you're not actually gonna go do that, are you? I mean, I'm tired. it's hard for me to get out here. I don't really particularly feel comfortable out here. I don't even know if I like it all that much. I mean, it's beautiful, etc., 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 but you know what else is beautiful? My sofa and my Nintendo Switch. So, yeah, I have to discipline myself. This isn't just about fun. I've got to be disciplined, and I hate that. But the way that I have to be disciplined isn't in setting miles, switching hands again, isn't in setting distance goals for myself. It's in making myself comfortable out here where I'm not necessarily comfortable. So, how am I going to do that? This hiking season, 2019 to 2020, I'm going to be setting hour goals, time goals. I have to stay out here for 8 hours. I have to stay out here for 10 hours. Today, I have set aside my entire day. So I'll be out here from 9 o'clock until I'm thinking about 4. And then I've got a 2 to 3 hour drive home. The things I do for my YouTube channel. Okay, back in the Oaks. Isn't this great? This is gorgeous. Why would you go anywhere else? Other than that it's closer, more convenient. Nothing is convenient to Orange County. I have to really hoof it to get to some hiking trails. Now, the last time I was out here on this section of the PCT was the time that I backpacked from Scissors Crossing to Warner Springs in a day and a half. Stupid idea? You betcha. And I got to what I'm thinking is called San Felipe Creek. Hold on, let me get a nice patch of sky for me to write to myself in this video. I'm not schizophrenic, not at all. Here. Ken, what's the name of that creek that we stopped at? Whatever I put up there. So, that's about a mile outside of Eagle Rock. Switching hands again. And I made it to there and pretty much just wiped out. I was so hot and tired and thirsty. And this creek that only runs for a very small part of the year, most years, was running. And I filtered myself a nice amount of water. And I drank a whole lot of it. But I was so tired, I couldn't film any of this. And I really wanted to, but the best I could do was to take still pictures. So it's been in my mind to return to here and actually film the damn thing. Because it is so very beautiful. And now keep in mind, I haven't hiked all that much of the PCT. I've been up towards Big Bear, I've been down at Campo. I've even hiked a few other places, but not by much. And I've hiked this quite a bit. But this is far and away my favorite section of the PCT for now, until I see more of it, which is in the works. So, I mentioned this on a podcast I recorded on Thursday. Can you believe it? Thursday, I recorded a podcast about looking forward to hiking. Yesterday, I videoed a hike, and today I'm out on another hike. It is the hiking weekend, folks. But, I haven't hiked since June. I forgot what I was going to say. I've completely gotten away from it. I haven't hiked since June. So I did that thing that you so often do when you haven't had something in a long time and you're like, I want it all. I hiked too much. I set far too much on my plate. But that's how you get back. There's a dead animal here. There's a dead animal flipping around. Whew. There's a dead animal and it stinks. So yeah, that's great. If I run into any mountain lions, it's probably going to be here, right by the dead animal, right off the trail. What the hell's a dead, I'm guessing deer? It was pretty big, doing, wrapped in plastic off the side of the trail. This may be my last hiking video and my last hike. Not a fan. By the way, I'm down here by this creek and there's absolutely nothing, in case anyone wants to know. All there is dead animals.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. Sometimes you need to go and take a step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell. You and me were meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free. You and me, meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
Starting to leave the trees behind and head out into more open ground, which actually is just bright, which actually is just as beautiful, if not more so, than all the trees, because the views get spectacular. Have I mentioned how tired I am? But it's the weird thing about hiking. You could be tired and yet you still just want to keep going because it's so pretty. So, should I get to my hiking goals? Not quite yet. First, if you would permit me, just a couple minutes of book plugs. That sounds wrong. Anyway, I've got a new book coming out in just about a couple months. It's called Heaven for Now. It is the sequel to Heaven Enough and Heaven Denied. And week after next, I will be starting work on the next work of art book. So if you haven't read Work of Art and Intention to Flowers, now may be a good time. There's a huge plant pretty much covering the trail. I would like to show it to you. Don't know what it is, but that's on the trail. Hey, I'm at about 107.5 miles on the PCT. Look at this little baby. Look at this little guy. Dun, dun, dun. There's the PCT sign. I like getting the PCT signs in the shots. I don't know why. It's just a thing. Anyway, we're over on the other side of this ridge. Basically, I've been going in and out of oak trees and chaparral and oak trees and chaparral and over one ridge and around another, and now I'm up this one. And when I finally pass to the other side, we'll start seeing some of those great vistas. We're already seeing some of those great vistas. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Sure, it's all covered in... Fuck if I can remember the name of these bushes. Man, see, when I get really tired, it's hard to talk. Which is why last time I came through here, I didn't talk at all. I didn't even take video. Anyway, I took off my puffy because it's starting to get a little warm out here. The humidity is very high, and so we're only in the 60s, but you can feel the heat. And paradoxically, at the same time, you can feel the cold. Go figure. Ow! Don't run your leg next to the cactus. It hurts. That was a stupid move on my part. Fortunately, I got no needle stuck in it, but I'm gonna have some red marks later. Anyway, so I want to talk about my hiking goals. I got some people coming up behind me, so I may stop at a certain point. But before I do, there's one other thing I want to talk to you about. Let me get this out a little bit more. Hi. So, one other thing I wanted to talk about today, because I'm finding myself having to do this today, is I've got to start teaching myself how to better hike slowly. I know it's kind of counterintuitive. Why would you want to hike slowly? Wow, look at this. Look at this. This is why I come out here. You never get this in the city. You never get this anywhere where I grew up. It's just so liberating. You feel so free. It's just, I can't even tell you, it's just so beautiful. To me, at least. I don't know, what do you think? Anyway, hi. I tell you what, I'm gonna switch hands again. Hello. You know, I think I'm getting better at that. Anyway, I've got to teach myself to hike slowly, because what I do is I'll hike and hike and hike and hike and hike, and I will get so out of breath, and I will get so tired, and that doesn't help anybody. So, what I need to do is teach myself to slow down, which is kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm just walking at a leisurely pace, which is kind of driving me crazy because I want to see this fast, but I'm a little smarter than I was last time out here. So, the moment you've been waiting for, my hiking goals for the 2019-2020 season, which this year may be a 12-month season. Maybe. This is all conjecture. Anything can fall through, and probably will. If you've been following this channel, you know that I am prone to the foibles of human existence. So, first goal for this year, of course, is to hike more and to hike more often. Get out when it's cold. Get out when maybe I'm a little tired. Get out, eh? Sorry, couldn't help it. I was fighting it. Anyway, just to get the fuck out here more often. I mean, why wouldn't you? Hey, one more look. Over here. Wow. Kilroy was here. And then we get to, that's gonna take me to 2020. 2019, I'm hoping to hike in snow. I haven't done that. I'm hoping to get up on top of San Jacinto. I will be working towards that goal probably for a while. That's not something that's gonna happen the first time I go out there. And I know because I've already been out there. But you know, I think getting out more often, getting out for longer periods is certainly gonna help in that regard. So once October comes around, which is just a few days from now. Actually, once October, was it 29th? I think it's 29th. comes around, I think that's permit day on the PCT. That is the day when you stay up all night or wake up all morning. Anyway, stay up all night and hit the PCT website over and over again, hoping it will refresh, hoping you can get a slot to apply, just a slot to apply, just to get in the queue to apply. Who am I kidding? I love it. I absolutely love it. Last year, okay, here's the thing about the PCT. 5 years ago, can you believe this has already been, well, 2020 will be 5 years, right? 5 years ago, I did my first little stint on the PCT, and it was a nightmare, and I did terribly. Whew, I hope the wind doesn't get in the microphone or get too crazy for you to hear. It's supposed to get pretty windy today. That's the other thing about today. Anyway, so yeah, 5 years ago that sucked. 4 years ago, I killed myself from Scissors Crossing to Warner Springs, and then my zipper on my sleeping bag broke, and I got off the trail. That's the long and the short of it. 3 years ago was the year I said, oh God, please don't make me hike on the PCT again. I needed to recover. I needed to regroup and get my act together. So I did that. And then last season, back in March and April, I had a permit to go south from up by Lancaster, and I got bronchitis, and it didn't work. So I had to take a little bit of a climb, and now I'm back. Look at the views, just amazing, absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I don't like filming other people when I'm recording just because I feel like that might be rude or considered rude. But you know what I really consider rude? Is when you say hi to people on the trail and they don't even say hi or wave or nothing. I mean, it's just us out here, right? That wind's kicking up. It's just us. So let's be friends, right? Just makes me nuts. By the way, I just passed the mile marker for 107, so I'm in mile 106-ish, which means I'm coming up on Eagle Rock. Eagle Rock. As a matter of fact, I can kind of see it from here. Man, I cannot talk. Anyway, so PCT goals for 2020 I was trying to get to. I don't plan to hike for more than about a week. I should say backpack. For more than about a week. Maybe 2 at the outside. And that's because I haven't really gone that far. And I'm not really good at going that far. So it's not realistic to say, yeah, I'm going to do it next year. Probably not. I mean, if I get there and I hook up with a great group and they're like, come on, let's go. Hell, I'll join. But if it's just me all by myself, as it so often is, then it's probably going to be about a week, maybe 2. And the reason for that isn't just that I'm not that good of a backpacker, but also because I want to do more than the PCT this year. I would really like to go to the Oregon Coast Trail next September. I got people coming up behind me. Next September for about a week or 2 there. That's going to cost a bit of money, transportation, etc., etc. But I think the Oregon Coast Trail is just magnificent. It's just beautiful. Anyway, so this season is going to be all about a couple weeks on the PCT and a couple weeks on the Oregon Coast Trail, if I can manage. And the whole reason I'm out here at the end of September is so that by the time April rolls around, which is when I want to be on the PCT, I'll be ready. And I don't care if it's northbound, I don't care if it's southbound. I'll take what I can get, which is good because with the amount of permits every year, the amount of people waiting on those permits, you're lucky to get whatever you can. So, there's no hope for my hair. So, I'm still here at Eagle Rock, and I just had a little bit of lunch, and I thought I'd mention these to you. So now Cliff Bars comes out in these minis, and so do Luna's, which I'm covering. So do Luna's. I'm not sponsored by them, but you know, if you want to sponsor me, that's great. But I love these mini bars because I can never eat a whole one of these goddamn things because I don't think they taste good enough to be able to eat a whole one. But the minis are great, and I've got all kinds of healthy snacks here, and I'm gonna sit here and have lunch, and I don't think I'm going any further. I think this is it for me today. I want to be able to walk my dog tomorrow, and to be honest, I'm pretty darn tired. I gotta show you this view from where I'm at, though. Hold on a second. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So peaceful. You know, except for the million people that are here. That's the one thing about Eagle Rock. It's very popular with hikers, and there's plenty of people here. Anyway, so that's it for today. I'm gonna hike on back down to the car, and you'll see I've got the puffy back on. That's because the winds have kicked up even more, and they're pretty damn cold. So enjoy the warmth of your home, hearth, car, cubbyhole, desk.
And there you have it. You've just survived another Ken LaSalle video. For more information about new releases, projects in the works, or even stuff from the archives, head on down to kenlasalle.com. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and all around social media, just as long as it's called Facebook or Twitter. Thanks for your support, as always. Be sure to subscribe to this channel, and I'll be back soon with more nonsense.